So kind of a late video about the subject, but I wanted to conclude the what to expect videos from the tease that we had from 2025, right? The decal that we had. So we had the SU-30SM, the F-18 on that decal, the tracked rapier that we talked about. We have a ship that I'm not gonna, talk about it too much because I don't talk about ships normally, but it's the Richelieu. Or Richelieu, something like that. And then we have the two other ones that we're gonna talk about. The BADGER 30 and the XM246. So let's talk a little bit about each of these and what you should expect from these vehicles since they were teased and you can actually expect them to be added to the game, right? So the BADGER IFV is an 8-wheeled IFV under development by Denel Land Systems in South Africa. I don't think it's in service right now, but yeah, the BADGER IFV is basically a modified and better protected version of the Finnish Patria AMV that we do indeed have in the game, so it's called the CTCV in the game, right? But it is the Patria, so it's pretty much the same vehicle itself, but with a different turret. And don't mind my dogs crying on the background because they are outside the door because I need to record and they are wanting to enter here. So yeah, but basically, yeah, it is the same as the Patria, but a little bit more well armored, tailored for the South African National Defense Force and modified for South African conditions. Obviously, it has 3 crews, 8 passengers, uses a Scania 12-cylinder engine, 540 horsepower, so not a lot, but still it is quite fast because of the weight. So it has, I don't think it's actually, I don't think it's a 12-cylinder. It's the DI12 engine, I think that's called. It's a 6-cylinder engine if I'm not mistaken, but still. Maximum speed 104 kilometers per hour, so very similar to the Patria that we have in the game, right? And in this variant it would be the section variant, or they're calling it the BADGER 30 or section variant, uses basically a 30mm, so it will be a lightly armored, very fast vehicle for probably the British, I would say, because it's South African, right? And with a 30mm, so very tall, very fast, light, and with a 30mm. And then we go for the XM246. This is basically a prototype that competed against the 247 that we have in the game, right? This was also teased on the decal, and the radar and fire control systems of this turret come from a series, but it still uses the same M48 kind of chassis, right? So it's another prototype from another company of basically a new type of AA system, and it's very highly automated and stuff like that. The search radar is installed in a mushroom kind of device on top of the turret, and the tracking radar is installed on the right side of the turret. And yeah, basically includes also independent stable optical sights and laser rangefinders for manual use. And yeah, the entire turret is made of aluminum metal, right? So it is equipped with 2 35 kDa machine guns or cannons, right? And the chassis, like I said, is an M48, so uses the same type of engine, the AV 1790, 750 horsepower, 45 km per hour maximum speed. It has HE API, but also APDS, and it can be used to penetrate some targets, right? So these two vehicles, they're less interesting. That's why I wanted to include them in one single video. But yeah, they're still pretty interesting because the US always needs new AA systems. And of course, the BADGER, it's just another Patria. It doesn't bring anything too crazy to the table, but I think it's always nice to see more, vehicles from different countries like the South Africans, right? Especially because we do indeed have South African sub-tree, right? So it's cool to see more vehicles from that sub-tree, even if it's kind of a prototype still, and you probably shall see service eventually, but it is still in development. It is still pretty cool to see something like this, right? So I expect these two vehicles to be added very soon, I think, especially because they were teased on the thing there, on the decal. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about these two vehicles, and I see you guys on the next one. So subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, and bye guys, see you.